Egypt's troubled economy has returned to the limelight as the interim leadership seeks to tighten its grip on the country. Speaking at a press conference, the Minister of Finance, Ahmed Galal, outlined his short-term economic outlook. Our correspondent Yasser Hakim takes a look at the government's plan.
An economy in distress, public debt exceeding $200 billion, a budget deficit at 14% of GDP, not to mention the rising number of unemployed people. But the government says it has a plan.
We are trying to activate the economy. We are trying to impose financial discipline. And finally, we want to do both of them in a way that achieves social justice to the extent possible. How can you be expansionary? At the same time, you don't want to have a budget deficit that's growing so fast and hugely.
To stimulate the economy, you have to spend more. But with a budget deficit, greater spending would need to come from increasing taxes, an option the minister says he would not like to take.
By bringing in funds from outside the country, by seeking support, by counting on the friends who can provide us with some injections of funds from outside, because by doing that, you are not raising taxes and pushing the economy into contraction. We believe that activating the economy should be through increasing the demand side, the expenditure side, if you like, but investment, not necessarily consumption.
Fear of public unrest has also stopped the government from reducing subsidies, initiated by the previous leadership and demanded by the IMF and the World Bank. But critics say to rely only on loans and foreign investments is a risky approach and may be overly ambitious given the current barriers.
The bureaucracy in Egypt has been a major obstacle for investors. This government has been very slow in addressing it. Also, until security is returned, no more investments will flow in. This should not depend on investments for now.
In spite of the challenges, Minister Galal stressed that he targets a growth of 3% and reduction in budget deficit from 14% to 9% of GDP by the end of the year. The World Bank placed Egypt in the top 5 countries that face a slowdown in growth. Analysts say if the government does not act quickly, then the effects of the slowdown will soon be felt with renewed violence and unrest in the streets. Yasser Hakim for CCTV, Cairo.